Welcome back. You're listening to the Stockwell Eldridge Show every Sunday, 10 a.m. here on AM 1280 The Patriot. I'm Jason Stockwell with Remax Results.
And I'm Dawn Eldridge with Remax Results.
And we have Nikki Knuckles here and Julie Jepson here with Stepping Stone. And we just learned on break, Julie being I've only known you for an hour now, but nice, modest person. And it is political season. She's running for city council, correct?
I am.
In Blaine.
I am in Blaine.
Yes.
Ward 2.
Ward 2 in Blaine.
Yes.
So then this is before the election. So make sure if you're in that area or you know someone in the area to talk about and look up Julie Jepson, because there's a lot of things that she wants to help out with and has the mind and heart to do it because there's you were talking on break. Share with us some of that stuff about the work. Your people at Stepping Stone work. A lot of them are working, but they cannot still afford.
Yeah,
rentals.
so about 30 to 40% of our residents actually have a job. But the jobs that they can get, and a lot of the jobs that are available are minimum wage or just above the poverty level. So the difficulty is not just finding the job, then earning the money to get the apartment. And home ownership is phenomenal if you can do it. But the reality for our residents, it's rental.
Yep.
Okay, moving forward. So Minnesota Housing did a study for 2015, I believe. 2016 numbers aren't out yet. But for Anoka County, I mean, it's based on every county, but I focus on Anoka County.
Yep.
One person earning minimum wage has to work 88 hours per week just to afford a two-bedroom apartment. To afford a one-bedroom apartment, it's 69 hours a week.
Wow.
And that's just the rent. That's nothing else. Not food, utilities, nothing like that. So expecting someone to earn that wage, be a parent, be a contributing member of society, the expectation is way too high. So the need is great for affordable housing on all levels, not just low-income housing, but
Rentals too. Yeah.
rentals, manufactured homes, everything.
Yep.
Yeah. So do you have families that stay at Stepping Stone, or is it for individuals only, no children?
So no minors.
Okay.
So 17 and under, no. And that is a population that is significantly needing a lot of help. But the way I look at it and explain it is that they're so protected. They're so protected out of help. Because there's so much red tape in working with minors and so many laws and regulations. And it's just so unfortunate that that's the population that isn't getting the such needed help. And so what we have focused on and what our residents, the vast majority of our residents are either 18 to 24, which is considered youth. In the state of Minnesota, and then 50 and over. And so that 18 to 24-year-old is really needing a lot of help because all of a sudden they have a birthday and we expect them to all of a sudden be adults. Well, they've never had the support, never had the discipline, never had any ability to see a modeled behavior, most often, of what an adult actually looks like and what they should do and how they should be a contributing member of society. So they have a birthday and all of a sudden, pull up your bootstraps, get a job, go to school, pay your rent. They don't have a clue how to do any of that. So working with Stepping Stone, providing them with the resources and opportunities, we teach that.
How is Stepping Stone funded then?
So 65% of our funding is state funded.
Okay.
We get dollars from the state. We don't get any dollars from the county. We get limited dollars from a few of the municipalities within Anoka County. And then 35%, that's what I do. That's my job. Through grants, foundations, individual giving events, major gifts.
So how can our listeners help?
Right. So our residents, they live at Stepping Stone. So we provide 3 meals a day and a snack at night. And so about 80% of our meals are donated. We have great relationships with the 3 Anoka Hennepin schools, the district office, a couple Caribous, a great corporation that's right by us, Pentair, and some other retail outlets, vendor outlets. But one of the greatest blessings that our residents receive from the community is them bring cooked food in, because even though we have a cafeteria, we can never cook on the property. So having a group of people, a church group, a book club, your neighbors, your family, whatever, bring in a prepared meal and serve it to our residents. Having home-cooked meal is such a blessing to them. And they are beyond appreciative. It's amazing. people are so profoundly amazed when they are shown appreciation for simply making tacos or a hot dish, especially this time of year with the Minnesota hot dish. So that's huge. We do have, exactly, tater tots.
She got all serious. She said,
I know.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm not kidding. That comfort food, that healthy food, that the meats and the proteins is essential. And we do have a slew of other individual and group volunteer opportunities. Money never hurts. Donating your dollar goes so much further with Stepping Stone than any other even organization that you can think of. So we are very transparent, very frugal. We spend our money where it is definitely appropriate. And about 85% of the dollars donated goes directly back into the programming to help impact those getting out of homelessness.
Nice.
Wow.
Amazing.
So you had mentioned, and I don't think we've talked about it, that there's also a large population of veterans
Yes.
at Stepping Stone.
So veterans homelessness never really, I didn't, my job isn't one-to-one working with the individual experience homelessness. I do a community engagement. I, talk to kind folks like you and things like that. But I never truly experienced a homeless vet until, just literally like 2-3 weeks ago. And I was sitting in the front office talking to one of our front desk volunteers, and a gentleman walks up and he doesn't make any eye contact. He looks quite disheveled. His hands are dirtier than, I've seen in a very long time. And he's very quiet, again, no eye contact. And he says, I was here last night and I really need I need another night. I need another place. I need some place to stay. And I looked at him. Since I don't work with the residents, I can't really make decisions on their behalf. So I have other staff that I go to and talk to our admissions manager. And I said, is there anything we can do for this kid? Because he's a kid. He looked like a kid. And she said, I don't know. We're at capacity now, but I'll see what I can do. So about an hour later, I found her and I said, so what happened? Could you help him? And she said, oh yeah, absolutely. He's a youth. So he's 22. And we put a priority on youth, 18 and 24, and veterans. So he has both of those. Yeah. And she's like, but here's his story. He joined the National Guard when he was 18, had a grenade explode right by his head, and has a traumatic brain injury. So he's 22, a veteran with a traumatic brain injury. It's so gut-wrenching, brings such tears to your eyes to think what that kid's life is going to be like. How many more decades?
Yeah.
But then I think, well, thank God he has us.
Yeah.
Literally, thank you, Lord, that he
As a
has
stepping
stone to go to get help, to get support, to get cleaned up at a bare minimum, and to get those resources to help him live those next decades.
Yeah, that's a touching story, and glad you guys do help out. So if you have any questions or want to learn more about Stepping Stone, Stepping Stone EH, which stands for Emergency Housing, steppingstoneeh.org is the website. We'll have it on Facebook, and you can check that out and get in touch with Julie if you have any inkling to help, or if you have any questions as well, because it's a great organization and doing great things, and we're happy to have them on the show. And good luck, Julie,
Thank
in
you
your
so much.
in the election as well.
Yeah.
Coming up here, it's November. It's the
November 8th.
November 8th with everything else. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So hopefully that goes well for you. And Nikki, thanks so much for being
Absolutely.
here as well.
Thank you.
The Stockwell Eldridge Show will be back next week. I'm Jason Stockwell with Remax Results.
And I'm Dawn Eldridge with Remax Results.
Any housing questions or anything, always feel free to reach out to us. And remember, love yourself and love others. Have a great week.
In the middle of our street, our house. In the middle of our house, it has a crowd. There's always something happening.